I've never found a love like this. There it is. I've never found a love like this.
Hello everyone, welcome back to E20 Zone TV. To my right is Mitchell, and at the bottom of the shop is Lucas, all the way from Gidea Park, Romford.
I'm waving behind this picture. I'm waving.
He's waving behind this picture. West Ham, 2-0 win. Mitchell, what did you think yesterday?
Much better. I thought it was a lot better, James. Not quite there, but it's an improvement. And that's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see 3 points and improvement in performance yesterday. And that's what we got. So I can't really complain. As long as we keep improving and keep getting the 3 points in these fixtures, which are upcoming, which are easy fixtures, then I'll be happy, mate.
Yeah, I agree. Lucas, you're all the way over in the UK. What did you make of it yesterday over there?
It felt good. It felt good to break the curse. I worked hard to reverse the curse, and I finally saw us win, which was very nice. But just like Mitch said, we had about the same thoughts yesterday. So basically, what he said, it wasn't the best performance, nowhere near what we're capable of. But I would say we played well, but still, we're just not quite there yet. And honestly, winning in that fashion is a bit positive because we should be beating teams like that, even when we're not playing our best. So it's a step in the right direction, but Fulham is going to be a bit harder than Wolves. But I can't lie to you. I'm a bit impressed with the Wolves game just because they typically do sit back and compact. But yesterday was a bit different. But I think Fulham.
Wolves are a mess. And obviously, because of that, they got sacked. So.
And I think Fulham suits our play style a lot more. But room to improve. Played well, step in the right direction, but there's a lot more to look forward to, and we should be expecting.
Yeah, I totally agree, mate. Let's start off then. This man, Lucas Fabianski. Mitchell, assess his performance and give me a rating for him, mate.
Unsung hero for me yesterday. I thought he was very solid. Good evening, everyone. I thought he was really solid. Like the saves he made were solid, and you expect him to make them, but some keepers don't, and he just made every save look really comfortable. He held on to almost everything, which I thought was really impressive. Positioned himself excellently, I thought yesterday.
Yeah, he didn't bobble one save yesterday.
I know. I thought it was very solid, and his kicking wasn't too bad either. I'll give him a good solid 7 for me.
Lucas,
Mitch, I'm disappointed. I thought you were going to stick with what we talked about last night.
What?
So just quick story. Me and Mitch were sitting on a bench waiting for our Uber back to Romford. And I just looked at Mitch. I was like, you know what? You know who played really well tonight? And who I think I'm going to give an 8 to? Lucas Fabianski. I'm giving him an 8 because
fair play.
He made some very good saves. Not like show stunning saves, but he made a few good difficult saves. One I remember is a very hard low driven ball to his near post bottom corner. It was very good. And let's talk about that throw that he had at the end of the match to Antonio. That was absolutely unreal. I didn't think he had that in his locker at all. And he was great coming off the corners. And just like Mitch said, he caught everything. He didn't bobble one thing. And he made some very good saves consistently. Didn't bobble anything, caught everything, came out for corners, took command in his own box, and his distribution. His kicking, I would have to disagree a little bit. I thought his kicking wasn't the greatest, but that one throw really got me out of my seat. So I'm going to give him an 8. And he got a clean sheet. I'm giving him an 8.
Oh, yeah, 10. I'm going to give him a high 7. Just not an 8 for me. I thought he was good. I agree with Mitch. Unsung hero. Didn't really do a lot wrong, if I'm being honest. I'm pretty solid in all
and he was
departments.
busy.
So, yeah. I don't think Wolves really troubled him major. First 15, 20 minutes they did, but after that they really didn't. But other than that, I thought he was very, very good. So for him, I'll give him a high 7, just not an 8 for me. Moving over to the right
I've got to
hand
say,
side,
I think Wolves, in terms of their build-up play, they just went through us straight away all the times.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
every time they had the ball, they cut through us really well. It's just their final ball or their final shot was lacking. But I thought in terms of the build-up, like they just went through us really easily. Like our press again was poor, but
Yeah.
and we did leave ourselves open a bit too much for my liking yesterday. It's a shame because our defensive performances in the last few games has been our only decent thing going for us. But yesterday it wasn't the greatest. I thought our attacking was much better, which was a surprise to me.
I agree. Moving on though to this man, Timo Kehrer. I'm going to start off this one. Excellent player, mate. We've got a top class right back now at our club. I thought he benefited Bowen, and he's the reason why Bowen went up levels yesterday. I don't think Bowen does that with Kufal there. I thought defensively he was pretty good. He done one thing wrong for me in the whole game. He slid in on a tackle in, I don't know whether it was the first half or the second half against someone. He was lucky not to clip the geezer and give away a pen. Other than that, I thought he was very, very good. I'm going to give him a high 8, just not a 9 for me. I think he was top draw. Mitchell.
For me, levels above any performance Sufal's put in so far this season for a full 90 minutes. I thought it was so much more composed on the ball than Sufal. Sufal would just whack these stupid balls down the channel for Bowen to run on Sup. And it could be the reason why Bowen, in fact, I don't think could be. I think it's definitely the reason why Bowen struggled a lot this season. It's because he's had to deal with a Sufal with no brain. And he played with Kehrer, who was switched on, composed, and done his duties defensively. And because of that, I thought he was very solid. A couple overcommitments on the tackles, I thought sometimes was kind of dangerous from him and trying to overstep it sometimes, which is why I probably would give him a 7 just. I mean, 7, but people saying an 8 I saw, but no, I'll give him a 7. I think a solid 7's fair. It was a decent performance.
Lucas.
Yeah, easy for me. 8 all day long. I'm not giving him a solid 8, but I'm giving him an 8 because he really. I said it the other day. I think once when we were doing our lineups or whatever, if we put Kerr at right back, it's just the best thing for us in terms of all around play. But I did specifically mention if you do play him at right back, he adds so much versatility to the match, not just in match, but strategy, formation, point of attack, point of emphasis. You can go aggressive or conservative with him at right back. And he just allows us to try different formations going forward, setting up defensively. And just besides all that tactical talk, like he was really, really good yesterday. And like we're all going to mention, he unlocked Bowen, who without a doubt has probably been he has been one of our worst players, but struggling for sure, like our most struggling player. And that could prove well going forward, because if Jared Bowen starts firing, we could be seeing some happy days. And I told Mitch yesterday when we were talking about like Moyes and everything, like how people wanted Moyes out. If we beat Fulham, we're literally right back in the mix. That's how like bad or competitive the Premier League's been this season.
Not Fulham. Is it Fulham? No, I think if we beat our next 2, we're right back in the mix.
Fulham. Anderlecht is not important at the minute. The Premier League is.
Fulham and Southampton. They're both like 2 league games.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? So you're giving him a high 8 then, Lucas? Yeah,
I'm giving him just an 8.
Just an 8 for you. Moving on to this man, returned Craig Dawson. I thought he was excellent. Lucas, take it away.
As the picture states below, thank you for changing my life, Craigie. I love you. You are such an absolute Brexit bastard, and no one could ever replace you. Besides that, though, I thought let's be honest, he's as solid as they come. After his Newcastle red card blunder that he had years ago, well, not years, but you know what I'm talking about. After that, he just seemed to be just as solid as they come, old school, no nonsense. I'm going to give him a very solid 7, only because I didn't see my traditional Craig Dawson Brexit long balls. And if he played one or two of those, or like a few, I probably would have given him an 8. But I'm going to give him a very solid 7. He did his job, good in the air, solid defensively. What more can you ask from the Brexit bastard?
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10, same as Kira. Listen, how can you not give these men high ratings? They kept a clean sheet and we won the game. I thought Dawson was excellent. He didn't put a foot wrong in the whole game, in my opinion. He comes in and we play 10 times better than we normally do. So, yeah, I'm going to give him I ain't going to give him a high 8. I'm going to give him a solid 8. But I thought he was absolutely first class yesterday. Didn't put a foot wrong, in my opinion, at all. Mitch?
I'm really close between a high 7 and low 8 here.
I mean, can you really give Dawson a higher rating than Kara?
I think defensively he was better than Kera. I think Kera got beat a couple of times and wasn't as solid. Kera, just a tight one. I think Dawson, was slightly better in terms of overall. I would say slightly better than Kera yesterday because he didn't put a foot wrong. It's tough. A high 7 or low 8. I'm going to give him a high 7. Yeah.
High 7 for you, yeah? For Craigie Dawson. Moving on to this man, Kurt Zuma. Mitch, take it away.
Good performance again. Not quite as solid as Dawson, but still solid. There was one time I think that where Zuma switched off and they went in behind, but it was just offside. But Zuma completely switched off and was lucky that it was offside. Otherwise, he would have been at fault massively there. I'd give him a 7, standard 7, low 7. But it was still solid.
I'm going to give him a high 7 for me. Just not an 8. I thought Dawson was the better defender out of the two of them yesterday. Only just. I thought Zuma played well. We were solid yesterday. And listen, take away the first 15 minutes of the game. After that, I thought it was all right. I thought defensively, they didn't really impose anything on us. I think the only chance they really had in the second half was the header from Diego Costa. Other than that, I can't remember what else they had. So, yeah, I'll give him a high 7 for me, just not an 8. Lucas.
For Kurt Zuma, solid 7. I think him and Dawson were just as good as each other. I think Dawson edged him a little bit. I thought he was a bit better. But Zuma, this is going back to like his standard performance. Like this is what I expect from him because I think he's that good. So, like Mitch said, he did switch off once where it almost did cost us. But besides that, I mean, just vintage Zuma, like his just incredible heading clearances that just seem to go 20 yards consistently, solid as a rock. Again, just standard Zuma is what I expect every week. Solid 7.
Solid 7 out of 10. Moving on to this man. This is going to be interesting. Mitch, you and Alfred's having a debate. Matt Cresswell, take it away.
This one is a bit weird.
So yeah, me and Alfie, West Ham Online, if you don't know his other name. A little bit of debate in the group chat earlier, our E20 group chat. He said that Cresswell was outrageously good yesterday. And look, I'm not going to dig at Alfie or anything, but I do think that's a very silly thing to say. And I do think he's blinded by his love for him. So he said Cresswell was outrageously good, and I disagreed with him. I said I thought he was average. I thought he was one of our worst players. It wasn't bad by any stretch of the imagination, but it didn't do anything necessarily good. He really put his stamp on the game. I can't say, wow, he was a very good performer yesterday. Like, say outrageously good, I'd completely disagree with. So, I'd give Cresswell a higher 6 for me. To be a 7, I think you've got to do some really good things in the game. And I didn't see that from Cresswell. So, I think 6, an average high 6 is fair.
Yeah, I'm with you. I totally agree. Everything you just said, high 6 and all. He got booked for a tackle on Traore. Took Traore out the game, fair enough. He had to because Traore was on the run. Other than that, he done a few things okay. but it was just an okay performance. I don't remember really him doing anything to go, wow, like this man deserves a 7 or an 8. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I'll give him a high 6. It's not a 7 for me. I think that's fair. Lucas.
Yeah, this is a difficult one for me because if I'm going by my traditional scoring system, I do usually add a point or a half a point for a clean sheet. But I'm in full agreement with you guys. Me personally, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Aaron Cresswell, but ever since, that moment, I know Mitch has been on his case before that, but for me, that season it just started a decline for me, and it's very noticeable now. But yesterday, again, defensively, he was I don't even know what to say. I thought he was okay defensively. He wasn't mustard. He still doesn't offer anything going forward that Emerson doesn't do. My whole thing with Cresswell and the whole Emerson thing is Emerson, in my opinion, does exactly what Cresswell can do, but he's more creative and progressive.
Yeah.
But I don't think Cresswell played bad yesterday by any means. I thought he was average to above average, but this rating is a bit difficult because of the clean sheet. I want to give him just a 7, but I still don't think his performance warranted a 7. He had to do a bit more and he didn't. Emerson showed me more in 10 minutes than Cresswell did the whole match. So I'm gonna.
And Alfie said, "Oh, the reason why he done that was because he was playing left wing." but he done it from Emerson. Done it. He wasn't up in the fucking final third. He done these things that was good in their own half, which Cresswell could have done as well.
What are you rating him,
Lucas? The ball
Lucas?
and run with it. Cresswell could have done that.
I'm gonna go opposite of what I usually do because I really don't genuinely believe he deserves a 7, but I'm gonna give him a very high 6. And if you want to picture a high 6, 6.9. Nice.
I think, listen, you've got to give one credit to him. He did keep a clean sheet yesterday. I can see people saying about Kera in there. Don't knock Kera, bruv. Kera's a new player coming in.
He did lose his man. I do agree with what you said, but
yeah, but he also helped Bowen for the second goal.
Exactly. I don't think
he made Bowen play 1,000 times better than Kufel has ever done this season. So let's give him some credit for crying out loud.
Screw it. I'm changing high 6. I'm giving him just a 7 for the clean
sheet. Just a 7 for you. I've gone for a high 6. Moving on though to this man, Thomas Suchet. Mitchell, take it away. I thought first half he was shy. Second half he was a lot better.
Yeah, second half, 7. It was as good as a Suchet performance you'll get. Again, it wasn't anything special. It was just decent. But yeah, it was a good solid 7 second half. First half, I thought a 5 or 6. Yeah, I thought first half was absolutely shocking. But he Suchet comes up. No, I'll give him a 6. I think it was all right. Probably our worst player, but it wasn't too bad. Again, I thought Dan's, if he started, would have done a better job, but it wasn't too bad yesterday. As far as Suchet performances go, it wasn't too bad. So yeah, I'll give him a 6.
Fair enough. Lucas.
Just a 6 for me, just because I thought the first half he was just not good at all. And then second half he came into his own a little bit, but again, when you're comparing Suchet to a regular footballer, you have to you really have to pay attention because we all know Suchet is not, in my opinion, a traditional footballer. He's kind of here's a perfect example. I've said this to you before about the U.S. men's national team. Back in the day, it used to be just a bunch of athletes. They just go on the pitch and they play the game. But now we actually have footballers who are athletic. Thomas Suchet to me is just a great athlete on a football pitch. You know what I mean? So I compare him differently to other footballers because, again, we all know he's not technically great. His passing on a good day is average. Defensively, works hard. He's physical. And yesterday, I think the game suited him because Wolves are a physical team. We have to win that battle in the midfield. First half, I didn't think he was good at all. Second half, he did improve. So I think it's only fair to give him a 6.
This is an hard one. This one for me. I thought first half.
Real quick, and he did. Credit to Suchet, he made like 3 very good runs going forward where he didn't have to, but he saw the opening. He made the run, and that did set us up for a chance. So credit to him. 6.
For me, as I say, I thought first half, I thought he was shite. Second half, I thought he got a lot better, more involved, and his passing was a lot more better. I'm going to give him a high 6, just not a 7 for me. I thought he was all right. It was okay yesterday. Just
was the
okay
worst
though.
player yesterday?
I don't think anyone really was that bad, really, Mitch. If I'm being honest.
I don't think it was that bad, but we still got
Cornet. I'd say Cornet was the worst player.
Yes, that's a good point. Yeah, I would
right.
say.
Suchet wasn't as bad as Cornet. I thought Cornet was shocking, but we'll get onto him shortly. But yeah, high 6, just not a 7 for me. Moving on to the other man in midfield. This man, Declan Rice. Mitchell, take it away.
Gave the ball away a few times, but besides from that, I thought he was a good standard Rice performance. Not vintage Rice, but solid. I thought defensively, he was very good yesterday. Intercepted a lot of passes. I'll give him a 7. Give Rice a 7.
7 out of 10. Lucas.
Yeah, not quite vintage Rice, but again, this is like what I expect from Rice, like even at his worst. You know what I mean? Like, again, this is what I expect. Kind of the same with Zoom. I expect this every week. He was solid defensively. He took the game into his own hands a few times, which is what we all love to see, because sometimes we really do need him to just grab us by the shirt and just get the boys forward, get them motivated. And he did that a few times yesterday. And I'll be honest, I just can't get enough of the Paquetta, Scamacca, Rice, just 3-man weave going down the pitch. It's just beautiful. When all 3 of them touch the ball within 5 seconds, it just makes me feel a certain way.
Replace Suchet with Downs or
Fornals.
And it's just going to get even more tastier.
Exactly. And with Rice, I'm going to give him a high 7. I wouldn't like Mitch said, not quite vintage, but again, Rice is that good. A 7 is his normal. Even sometimes his bad day, he's a 7. But he was pretty good yesterday. High 7.
I thought Rice was all right yesterday. I thought him, Paquetta, Scamacca, and Bowen sort of worked things together well. I'm going to give him a solid 7, not a high 7, but a solid middle of the road 7 for me. I thought he was good. Not vintage, but West Ham ain't playing vintage.
Some of his interceptions yesterday were so good.
Do you know what I'm saying? And we've got to understand that West Ham have been playing shite, and West Ham ain't going to turn into like Brazil all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? So, I'll give him a strong 7 for me, but just not really an 8. Let's move to this man. Where is he? He's here. It's this man, Lucas Paquetta. It's going to be interesting, this one. Lucas, what do you reckon on Lucas?
Lucas Paquetta. I am going to give him just a 7. I thought he was. I've actually seen some very mixed reviews on him from yesterday, and I don't really quite agree with the other crowd. I thought he was pretty good yesterday. Like he just is such a positive light in the side. Like he's always passing the ball forward. He's always going forward. His close passing and the touches he makes to like get these passes through to people, it's absolutely excellent. But defensively, I expect a bit better from him, but he does kind of have that Fornals work rate in him. Yeah, he's got that dog in him, which, again, if you're not going to be good defensively, at least have the graft about you. You know what I mean? So with Paquetta, I'm going to give him just a 7 because he worked hard. His passing and his 1-2s, short passing is just absolutely lovely, and it really does help the team going forward. If he didn't make as many progressive passes as he does, I'd probably give him a 6. But he's so forward thinking and so positive that only benefits our whole squad. And I think that's been shown in the past couple games. Even even if we're losing or put in a bad performance, Paquetta is getting these guys to think positive and move the ball forward instead of sideways and backwards.
Yes, guys.
Nice one, Gaz. It's just become a
thank you.
member. Thank you very much, mate. Much appreciated. I'll go next on Paquetta. Hot and cold for me. Hot and cold. When he's hot, he's amazing. When he's cold, he's all over the gaff, in my opinion. Yesterday was weird. I thought he was... He's okay. He's okay, but I've not seen anything to say that this man's a world-class £51 million player. I've just not seen anything as such. I know there's a player there. I'm not knocking the geezer, don't get me wrong. But yesterday, I thought he was just okay for me. So I'm going to give him a high 6, just not a 7 for me. Not a 7. I'm not seeing anything sort of productive to go, wow, this geezer's amazing. He is a good player, though. I will say that.
All I have to say is
yeah,
like those situations where Paquetta gets the ball like in our back third and he's able to get it to whoever it needs to go to get forward. In my opinion, no one else in this team is anywhere close to doing that besides Rice.
Is he in the wrong position,
that's important.
Though? Is he in the wrong position?
Yeah.
Because I keep hearing this and people keep saying to me, he's too far forward. He's got to be deeper.
I don't think it's wrong. I just don't think it's where he's best. Like I think he's more than capable of playing in the 10, but that limits his ability. If that makes sense. Like I
agree with Tony on that comment. I just want to say this: he does fall over a hell of a lot trying to buy stuff, and he just ain't going to work in certain things.
That is one thing I forgot to mention. I would like to see him stay on his feet a bit more, but like I said, I don't think it's wrong playing him in the 10, but I think his best position should be next to Rice.
Can we get a member train going? If you want to be a member, mate. Trust me. We've got some good stuff coming up that I'm sorting out. Paquetta, 6. Don't blame him as we don't give him much protection, space on the ball, or even a lot of opportunities on the ball. I do agree with Eamon on that. Mitch, what are you saying on Paquetta?
I thought his link-up play was really good yesterday. I think, personally, I think people have been maybe slightly too harsh on him. Yeah,
me and Mitch were buzzing over it. We were absolutely buzzing over the link-up. He's so good.
I thought Paquetta's link-up was very good, very positive, and something that needs to happen deeper. And in the build-up play, a number 10 in the Premier League is very different to a number 10 in the Serie A.
Yes.
So Liga 1, where you have a bit more time. In this league, you don't have much time in around the final third. The press is on you straight away, and that's why number 10s do struggle in this league unless you're a top class like Madison's a lot more decisive, a lot quicker.
And let's be honest, a number 10 in the Premier League, you're essentially a second striker, but you're just a better passer.
100%. And Paquetta ain't got that shooting ability that someone like Madison has, or Bruno Fernandes, De Bruyne, number 10s that do thrive in the Premier League. It's not a shame, because I was going to say it's a shame, but it's not, because for me, he's a number 8. He should be playing in the midfield 3. And I think there is a superb player in there. We've seen points from him yesterday, in other games where we can see where his quality and potential lies. And that is sitting deeper. I think deeper with Rice, next to Rice, and Fornals or Downs. I think Downs as well. I think his link-up play is underrated as well, because I think he can link up really well, Downs. If in the midfield 3, I think Paquetta that's where he's suited. Because if you stick him up there, the furthest forward midfielder where he's a bit stranded, you expect him to do a lot more and beat a man. And he's not really that player. He's more like a neat touches, tidy player.
I think, just to say that, because I'm hearing what you're saying and people are agreeing in the chat and saying very good points. If he was to put him in a Suchet position, I think he could do the same job as Suchet and better.
Oh, you're 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Suchet's
but even
defensive
going
capabilities
forward,
ain't really as good as... Huh?
Even going forward, like box to box, I think he's just got an engine on him, this geezer, that I've never seen.
And underratedly, me and Mitch said this again. Like I said, me and Mitch yesterday agreed with a lot of points with each other. But one thing we also mentioned, underrated in the air. He gets up there.
Yeah, he does.
Mate,
yeah.
Yes. That is something people don't... Yeah, he does. And that really surprised me. We was talking about that. He does rise quite well. I'll give him a low 7. Low 7.
Low 7 for you, mate.
And even if Paquetta has a bad game, like I said, I still think just like his forward thinking and his positivity going forward benefits us so much.
I've seen people saying the jury's still out on him on Twitter, and I think that's crazy, in my opinion.
I'm not knocking the geezer. I'm not, but I do. I think he's a very hot and cold.
And I think a reason for that is a lot of people.
I don't think he's hot and cold. I just think he's not. This system doesn't suit him. Straight up, this system, even the system yesterday, the counter-attacking style, it's not the style he's ever played or been used to. It's not the way Brazil played. It's not the way he played at Lyon. He's got to adapt. And if you play in a counter-attacking system as a number 10, you're expected to proper bomb, counter-attack, and really attack highly. And that's not where he's ever been. He played as number 10 at AC Milan, and he really struggled. So Moyes needs to have a look at him and think, all right, this boy is an exceptional player. We can all see it. How are we going to get the best out of him? I know we get the best out of him. Drop Suchet, boss, stick him straight in there.
And most importantly, before we move on, I just think a lot of people expect the next Payet. He's not Payet at all. And again, he's more flair than he is tricky. He's not going to dribble past somebody with a roulette or nutmeg them. He's a bit more creative than that. He's not Payet. That's my big thing.
So
he's much more of a build-up player than Payet.
Yeah.
Payet was the final ball person. Paquetta was the step before.
Right. So what are you rating him, Lucas? So I can get all the ratings in.
I gave him a 7.
7, 6, a high 6, and low 7 for Mitchell. Moving on to this man, who I thought was shite. Even though he was on the pitch for 30 minutes, or whatever, how long he was on, 34 minutes, whatever, I thought he was dreadful, mate. I was very, very, very disappointed with him yesterday.
So was I.
Because I called for him on Thursday night. I said that does he deserve a start? He gets his start, and I know he got injured and come off, so I've got to understand that. At the time he was on the pitch, I thought he was shite, mate. Really, not good at all. Couldn't control the ball.
It was horrible.
It was just poor from him. And what I don't like about Cornet at the minute is he's inconsistent. 1 minute he looks like he can do anything, and next minute he can't do nothing. So for that, I'm going to give him a 4 out of 10. And that's being kind. I wasn't impressed at all. Lucas.
Yeah, I'm not. This isn't an I told you so, but you both know how I feel about the whole Maxwell Cornet, Jared Bowen debate and discussion and all that. But this is the thing. I like Cornet. I like what he brings to the side. I like what he offers us. But he, again, from what I've seen, he still to me has not deserved to start over Bowen, which everyone was very adamant about. And
so I think he did deserve to start over Bowen.
Yesterday is just, to me, not a proving point, but it's just like, again, when you put cow shit next to horse shit, they both smell, but on their day, one does smell a bit better than the other. And yesterday, Jared Bowen smelled a lot better.
And it does fertilize the flowers, and sometimes a flower can sprout.
Exactly.
Hey, you stop talking about shit and get on with your rating.
But like Cornet, again, horrible defensively. He offered nothing going forward. I
wouldn't say it's horrible defensively.
Oh, Mitch, I don't know.
Well, for 30 minutes or for 34 minutes that he was on, the first 20 minutes of that game, we was defending, and he couldn't defend.
I don't think he was defending that bad.
I don't know about that.
But I don't.
We rate him, Lucas.
I don't think yesterday was his type of match, personally, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm going to give him he did only play 30 minutes, so I'm going to give him a 5.
You're really being kind. Mitch.
I think it was the exact game for him. A counter-attacking team. I think, a player with he's probably the fastest player in the side in that 11 should thrive off something like that, and he didn't. I thought it was really shit, unfortunately. I'd give him a high 4. I thought it was really poor. Shame. I would have started him, but I was really disappointed in Cornet. Benrahma's got to start next game now, 100%.
Absolutely.
I thought it was disgusting that he didn't start anyway yesterday. Benrahma. He's been
Was you
literally our best player this
surprised?
season.
Was you surprised that he didn't come on for Cornet?
I wasn't surprised. I thought Fornals would come on because Moyes likes to see out a 1-0 lead. I mean, Luke's saying he'll bring Fornals on, not Benrahma, and he brought Fornals on. I thought, fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Thought it was okay. Obviously, we'll get onto it, but yeah, I wanted Ben Rama to come on because it was still early in the game. We still need to take it to them, and they were there for the taking. So yeah, Cornet was really poor, unfortunately.
I haven't lost faith. I haven't lost faith in him. There's definitely a place for him at this club.
100%, 100%.
We just need to see a bit more. And the people that kept saying about his assists in the Conference League, he should be starting, yada yada. I never agreed with that personally, and I think yesterday kind of proves the point a little bit. Just because you have 5 assists in the Conference League, that this is the Premier League, baby. That's it for me.
Fair enough, mate.
that was a very long pause.
I know, mate.
Yeah,
Moving on to Jared Bowen. I'm going to start off with this one. First of all, please smash a like on the video. It goes a long way. Get them, hitting them likes. Get them up there. Get us up there.
Smash them, baby. Smash them.
Yeah, smash that like button, please. Right, Jared Bowen. What did I say to you boys on Thursday? He has to play because he loves to score against Wolves. And what happens yesterday? The man scores against Wolves. I thought he was excellent yesterday. He's my man the match by a long way. Don't get me wrong, Skamaka played very, very well.
A long way?
Yeah, I thought Bowen was excellent.
What's your definition of long?
From Bowen being like that to Bowen being up on near my ceiling is 2 different levels. It's 2 different levels. And that the reason why he was better yesterday, because he didn't have to keep tracking back because Kufal can't defend. And Timo Kehrer give him the license to go forward. I'm giving him a 9 out of 10.
Ooh.
I really am. I thought he was excellent, mate.
He was good. I think if he got another assist or another goal, I would have given him a 9, 100%.
Oh, mate, I'm giving him a 9 due to the simple fact he has been absolutely shocking, over the last 7 games. And when you put a decent right back at right back, we get our winger turns into prime Jared Bowen.
I will agree with that because after the match when me and Mitch finally got fucking home, don't even ask the trials and tribulations we went through. But I saw some highlights, and one thing that's very noticeable: Jared Bowen was getting the ball to his left foot. Like he wasn't taking. Not that it really matters, but like he was getting the ball in positions where he could do something with it. He could lay it off one touch. He could turn and go. Like with Sufal, like Mitch always mentions, he's just getting fucking hoof balls and expected to beat a man, which Jared Bowen's fast, but he's not incredibly quick. Or he's expected to take an absolute wonder touch from over his shoulder, which, I mean, there's only maybe 2 or 3 players in the world that can consistently do that. But I think we can all agree, Kerr.
But you've got to listen. I'm seeing it in the chat. People saying, "Well, it's only 1 game." You've got to do it on game by game ratio. Like you can't go, "Oh, he's been," because you can say he's been awful for 7. He has 1 good game, and no one sort of praised him up for that.
It'd be different if he was really shit. If he was a shit player.
Yeah.
And we all know he's not. So the fact that he's had a good game, I mean, he's a good player. It's something to praise about. If it was, someone that was really poor all the time and then, was poor last season and then had a good game, then, it'd be like, he's had a good game. But
we've played a few shit teams, and I think it's very obvious. We've played some shit teams with Sufal as his right back, and 1 game with Kerr. Look what happened.
What you lads rating Jared Bowen? Mitchell, I'll start with you.
Go ahead, man.
Bowen, I thought he was excellent. Excellent yesterday. Almost my man match is very tight for me. I just thought another player edged it very slightly. However, I give him the same rating. I give Bowen a high 8. He had another goal, another assist. Then I would have given him a 9. It was a near perfect performance from Bowen. Absolutely superb. Much better. I didn't see that performance coming purely because I didn't see Kehrer starting, but he did. And look at the difference Kehrer made. It's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. Long may that continue. I'm slightly worried that Zuma's, he went down in the second half. I hope he's all right, because otherwise we might have to see Kehrer come back in at centre half. I hope that's not the case, and I hope Zuma's all right. But yeah, Bowen was excellent. High 8 for me.
Lucas.
Yeah, easy. High 8. And
high 8.
His defending yesterday was also magnificent.
Yeah, I've got to be honest. I just thought he was excellent, mate. And listen, Jared winds me up from time to time. I will say this before I move on. But yes, he was excellent. But I will get on to this man. Lucas, your man is in the house. Skamaka, baby. Take it away, Lucas. Take it away.
Yeah, I think me and Mitch conceded to the thought yesterday. I think I am going to give him my man of the match just because he just made such an all-around difference yesterday with the way he gets the ball, the way he attacks, his positioning, where he goes with the ball, and I mean his goal yesterday was absolutely world class. He's a beautiful, handsome man from Italia, and he plays for us, and I absolutely love him. But
I did want him to stay on.
Yeah, me and Mitch were bitching about that. We were like, why the hell is Skamaka coming off? But one thing I really loved about Skamaka yesterday, and the big difference between him and Antonio, they can both carry the ball a little bit, but Skamaka, he
drives.
My thing with Antonio, he seems to naturally find himself first on the wing, and then he attacks. With Skamaka, he takes the ball from the center or a little bit off center, and then he goes to the wing and drives or does something. That, to me, is a lot better than when Antonio drifts wide, gets the ball wide, and then tries to go in. With Skamaka, he's an absolute unit, and he is the better player than Antonio, and he's got to keep playing. Not that Antonio's been bad this season, but Skamaka has the panache. He has the panache.
He has panache. He's got the panache, mate.
He's got the mustard. He's got the gravy. Just let him go. Let him go. Let him fly.
Yeah, his magic.
So for me, I'm going to give him an 8, a solid 8. I don't disagree with people giving Jared Bowen the man of the match, but I think Skamaka made more of the difference in the side. Him, Kerr, and Bowen. If someone said man of the match is for them, I wouldn't complain.
Yeah, I'm with you, mate. Listen, I'm giving him a high 8. I'll go next to this one. I thought he was absolutely top draw, holding the ball up. He's passing to Bowen to set Bowen on his way to eventually come back to Skamaka and score was excellent.
Skamaka is ultimate. He's ultimate.
If you go back and watch that goal, he controls the ball. He's got the ball under control. He finds the pass through an Ivan needle, basically. And then basically he's in the box, he's lurking about, and it's one touch finish.
From where I was sitting, I thought he curled the ball in, and then I looked at the replay, absolutely thunder cunted it.
Yeah. So listen, I'm going to give him a high 8. I'm going to be a bit controversial here now when I say this, yeah. But I think people need to start moving past Antonio. Like, I know people don't like to let go of Antonio, but Skamaka is here. And he should be starting games in the Premier League.
I've been saying it since last season, like midway through, that if we got another striker, a very good striker, Antonio is literally the perfect 20 to 30 minute impact sub to bring on. He's literally perfect. You can
play him on either wing as well.
Like you can't mold a more perfect impact sub up front than Antonio. Like, I mean, he could do what Jamie Vardy's doing. Jamie Vardy, when he doesn't start, he comes on the pitch with 20, 30 minutes left, and he still scores 14, 15 a year. And I think Antonio, if he started to transition to that role, I think he would be an absolute danger man for us. I really do.
Before I come to Mitchell, and I'm going to sort of say this, and I'm going to hand it over to Mitchell, to speak. If it comes to next Sunday, Mitch, and we're sitting here next Sunday, right? And Antonio starts. Surely, Moyes is going to have to be held accountable for that big time, because Skamaka should start next Sunday.
I think he will. I think he was absolutely superb yesterday, and if you don't start him, then he will. I think he will. If he doesn't, I'll be really, really angry. But I think he will start. He said during the week as well that he's got a lot of things going for him. He just needs time to get going. He said about his illness, and he needs time to recover from his illness. And hopefully, he can start doing that now. done it yesterday. What more does Moyes want? Moyes knows the quality that's there. He 100% watched England, Italy game, saw the qualities that Scamacca had there. Thought this boy needs to start for us on Sunday and on Saturday. He did. He scored a goal when he was excellent. For me, my man of the match, 8, a high 8. His link up was superb. Took it past men as well. Really reminds me of like a hybrid of Haller and Arnautovic. Like if you could mix the two, it was very similar. He's got the drive of Arnautovic, the hunger, the desire of Arnautovic, but he's got that kind of frame of Haller. But he uses his frame so much better than what Haller ever did.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And the man just doesn't give up on a ball, which I absolutely love. And I know we're going to get on to him later, and I already know what I'm going to give this guy his rating. But the man was absolutely assaulted yesterday, but still just ran through everyone, kept playing, and I absolutely love that.
Yeah, fair enough.
And that is the thing. That is, I've always complained about Antonio, and with that thing, and you've always said to me, you two especially, oh mate, but Antonio gets fucking raped all game. He's getting fucked about.
He does.
But Antonio welcomes it. He wants them to do that. Scamacca, he fucking has it, but he thinks, fuck this, I'm going to fucking play on. And he passes it back. Antonio tries to milk it too often when he does that.
I think what it is, the sort of, because I agree with what you're saying there. But when I looked at Scamacca yesterday, the way he holds the ball up, he's got this sort of oozing class where he holds the ball up and the balls, I don't really see him miscontrolling the ball. Like, do you know what I mean? No disrespect to Mickey, but Mickey miscontrols multiple balls. And like you don't, if we don't know what he's going to do, and he don't know what he's going to do,
and he doesn't have the touch pass that Scamacca does. I know he had a beautiful assist to Suchet against Tottenham, but like that's not consistent. Gianluca Scamacca does that in his sleep.
Yeah.
Right. Let's get on to the subs.
He's got panache.
Has this man got panache? Pablo Fornals. How many chances does Pablo Fornals need, right, to get a ball on target? Yeah. He comes on.
Fornals show me is so bad. I've always said that, and that is why he's never been a number 10. As well. I've always said he's a number 8.
Yeah.
Very similar to Paquetta not in terms of how they are, but in terms of their best attributes are suited to a bit deeper. Yeah. I still think we do need an out-and-out number 10. Really, I know everyone says, "Oh, no, we need another midfielder." I think we actually need number 10. Most importantly, next season, if we was to get rid of one of the attackers, say we offload Vlasic next season, I'd love us. I know Maddison is well out of reach, but someone similar to Maddison, someone that can pick up the ball, drive it, and proper whack it, top right corner, finesse it.
Yeah,
he can really, as a superb final ball. Like a De Bruyne kind of player. That's what I think could really transform our team.
What would you rate Fornals yesterday, Mitch?
Tough one, really. I think he didn't do much when he was on. Defensively, got beaten by Adama whenever he went up against him.
Won a lot of balls back, though.
I'll give him a 6.
I'll go next.
Low 6.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'll stand to 6 for me. For him. I thought when he come on, he was okay. He was okay, but Wolves weren't very good, and he comes on and he just does what he does normally. Just standard performance, really, for me. Lucas.
Yeah, a 6, but I thought defensively he was okay. Work rate is always elite. He won the ball back a lot when he came on, and I thought he was decent in link-up play and receiving the ball, but again, his shooting is absolutely atrocious. I don't think there's any defending that, and that is coming from a admirer and lover of Fornals. So yeah, 6. I would have rather seen Benrahma come on than Fornals.
Yeah, I'm with you, mate. Moving on though to this man, Emerson. I thought he was excellent when he come on, mate. I thought he looked really, really good when he come on, Emerson. I don't know what position he was playing. If someone can tell me what position he was trying to play, I'd like to see it.
I mean, he's playing left winger. That was just defending, like tracking back all the time.
Yeah. I think he was like doubling up on Traore, I think. But I thought he was excellent. He got into the box. He was a menace. I like Emerson. I'll go first. Quick rating.
I like Emerson. I don't know why people would rather start Cresswell over Emerson. I know that Cresswell's probably more defensively disciplined, but I think Emerson makes up for that. For the fact he's got so much more pace, so he can track back quicker, and that's a big thing. That when Cresswell gets done, he's finished. When Emerson gets done, he can track back and make a tackle.
I'm going to give him a 7. I
I'll
thought
give
he
him a
was
7. I'll
decent.
give him a low. Yeah. Oh, sorry, mate.
Yeah, I'll give him a solid 7. Mitch, what are you giving him, a 7?
Yeah, low 7. I thought everything he'd done going forward was bang on. Defensively wasn't fantastic. Again, I think everyone got beat by Adama Traore. But yeah, he got beat by Adama Traore as well. So not excellent defensively, but he still tracked back nonetheless. Drove forward well. Yeah, low 7 for me.
Lucas?
High 6 for me.
Huh.
I want to see
High
him
6.
start.
What was that, James? You
I've just
oh,
listed. So, yeah. Right, moving on to this man, Mikel Antonio. Lucas, take it away.
I actually thought he was quite decent when he came on. I thought if some of his shots didn't get blocked, I think he was suiting himself up for a cheeky sub goal. I really do, because he had some good cut-ins, some very good cuts into the box. He went to shoot, got blocked. I think he got blocked like 3 or 4 times. Like something absurd.
but that's because he takes so long to charge up his shots. He charges up like and he shoots.
Yeah, it does.
He can't have a little pop shot, can he? Yeah, he got that technical ability. He's like his legs like that.
Yeah.
When you look at Skamaka's goal, and you look at Antonio, I don't think Antonio could do what Skamaka done yesterday.
Oh mate, in his fucking dreams.
And the thing is, and I agree with what Mitchell says, because like when I try and get this rating done, I agree that he sort of winds up the shot, and the defenders are reading what he's about to do. Do you know what I mean? So it's easy sort of snuffed out, in my opinion.
I'm gonna
he
give
telegraphs
him
his shots
Yeah.
far too easy, which is why he's never had success outside the area, because they're always blocked.
What
I'm
are you
gonna give
doing, Lucas?
Antonio a high 6.
Oh, Lucas. Mitch, what are you giving him?
Standard 6. I thought he drove at the players well, and he did offer legs. I saw someone say that. I thought it was bang on what Scriber said. He did offer us legs, and his passing was all right. Yeah, I don't think it was too bad. It just takes far too long to shoot. I give him a standard 6.
Yeah, I'm with Mitchell on this one. Standard 6 also. I thought I agree with what Scarborough said. He was just legs coming on and pushing them back even further. So, standard 6 for him. And that is the end of the subs. We will go to the man in the middle. And it was this man, the ref. Mitch, what are you saying?
You know what? If I wasn't with Lucas yesterday, I wouldn't have noticed all the refereeing bad mistakes and that. I mean, I would have done, but I wouldn't have been too bothered about it. But I think because Lucas always pays attention, and you especially, you both pay attention more so to the ref, which isn't a bad thing. I just don't. I'm all paying attention to the players and how they react to that refereeing decision. But I did notice when I was sitting with Lucas yesterday how bad he was. He was really bad. He was really, really bad, and there was this coked up geezer on our left, which I couldn't stop laughing at because he was going absolutely crazy sometimes. And but he was absolutely shocking yesterday. He was really poor.
Why was he bad, Mitch, in your opinion?
Just, mate, from what I saw, the fouls which weren't fouls were given, soft fouls against us. Fouls that should have been given weren't given. I don't know how. There was a few on Paquetta as well. I thought, come on.
Yeah, there was a few on Paquetta, yeah.
Really, really poor. I'd give him a 4. Low 4.
I'm going to give him a 5. I agree with everything you said. The fouls on Paquetta were criminal. There was one foul that he did not give, which was a stone wall foul in the middle of the park. And Paquetta goes down, gets literally body checked, and the referee gives nothing. So, yeah, I'll give him a standard 5 for me. Lucas.
I think you both are being very fucking kind. I thought he was absolutely fucking horrendous.
I don't think the coked up case on the left made it bad for us. So.
I wasn't even. Or well, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't paying attention to him because he was hilarious. I don't think you saw Mitch, but he kissed me like 4 times when we scored. It was unreal.
I did see that. Yeah.
Limbs were crazy.
By the way, for the first goal, I celebrated, and Lucas jumped. Before I'd even turned, Lucas jumped over me, and I just went forward, and I had to hold onto the bars because I nearly fucking went over the edge.
And then the geezer next to us came and hugged us, and I had to save him from falling down. He was trying to get on Lynn.
Yeah, that was for the second goal, wasn't it?
It's your American accent. Lucas, what are you rating the ref?
I'm going to give him a 2 with your famous words. He got in his car. He put on both socks. Actually, no, I'm giving him a 1 because he got in his car and made it to the stadium.
At one
Fair
point in the
enough,
game, Lucas went, "Hey man, could you give me some of your shovel, man?" I was like, "No, okay, I've run out. Sorry, I've used all up tonight."
Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. What you get up to at the London Stadium? Do you know what I mean? Moving on now to this man, David Moyes. This is going to be interesting. This is the last rating of the evening. I'm going to go first in this one, and I'm going to sort of bring Mitchell and Lucas in once I'm done. I thought yesterday he picked the right team. He had to freshen it up. We've got to respect him. He picked a team and freshened the team up. Yeah, that's the first thing. He dropped Kafal, put Kehrer at right back, which is the right call. Do you know what I mean? Even though on Thursday I said about Kehrer as a centre half, it is the right call. When you see Kehrer against England, I thought he was good, and I thought yesterday he was good. He also changed it around, put Cornet in, Skamaka in, and we looked a better side. It's the first time ever that we've looked better. Don't get me wrong. Before anyone says we played a poor Wolves side, we did, but you still got to beat them. Like, you still got to beat this team. And for 15, 20 minutes in the first half, we were shaky. But after that, we sort of come into our own.
I still think we should have won 2-1, personally.
Yeah, possibly. But even then, I think Wolves were just poor anyway. I'm going to give Moyes an 8 out of 10. I thought he'd done the right. He done the right things at the right time, and he needed to change it up. I think if he loses the game, I think today you might have seen a different side to the fan base, and also a very different side to Moyes. I think Moyes might have been out the door because if Bruno Lage can get the sack, nothing's saying Moyes can't get the sack. So yeah, I'll give him an 8. I thought the subs he brought on at the right time. Like, yeah, it was a good performance. One off, don't get me wrong. It's a one-off game, so I've got to rate him on this one-off game, but he gets an 8 for me. Mitch?
I would give him a low 8. I was thinking about a high 7, low 8.
Yeah.
I gave him a low 7, a low 8. The biggest thing that had to change for me was I really just didn't want to see Sufal starting. That was the biggest thing for me. I said he's a massive liability this season, not just for the defence, not for us going forward, not for his link-up play with Suchet, but the fact he was hindering Bowen's performances massively this season. So Kehrer starting was, for me, the most important thing. The second most important thing for me was Skamaka starting. I really wanted to see Skamaka starting. He did. And I was really happy with that. I would have still wanted to see Ben Rama start, Downs or Fornell start over Suchet, and Emerson start as well. But I wasn't too bothered about them as long as Sufal wasn't starting. He wasn't. So that was a big thing. And I was happy with the lineup. I did say I was happy with it. Because I didn't expect him to drop Sufal like Antonio. And he did, which was a big change. A big step forward from Moyes for how much of a stubborn cunt he can be. Yeah, I'll give him a low 8. I would have liked to see Ben Rama come full nails, but the setup and in terms of the way we played was much better. And it suited our style of play much more. It suits Skamaka. Didn't suit Paquetta too much, but yeah, it was the best way to win a match, and we played the right way. So I was happy with the setup. So I think I'll give Moyes an 8.
Yeah. Lucas?
Yeah, this one's going to be an easy 8 for me because I think when you nitpick and you look at everything, there's more good that outweighed the bad or the poor. So, for example, I think I've also thought the same way with Mitch about Sufal Suchet. I think, like, what had to be done, Sufal had to be dropped. Like, he had to be dropped. No, we don't want to see Suchet, but I think Sufal hinders the squad more than Suchet.
At the moment this season, 100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
Currently, yeah. And then secondly, I didn't even expect him to play Kehrer right back. Like, we could have easily gone to like a back 3 or something like that, but he actually played Kehrer right back, which is masterclass by him. Or not really masterclass, but none of us expected to see that. But that was good. I still don't really agree with the Fornal substitution. I would have brought Ben Rama on. That's probably the one thing I didn't like what Moyes did yesterday, but still everything else. He took a step forward. He got out of his stubbornness and made the correct calls to put Kehrer right back and set us up well. And I think if Ben Rama came on, we probably could have scored a third. But yeah, it was a good match, and long may it continue. Moyes try new things, and yeah, easy 8 for me.
Moyes needs to use the confidence all the players have got now, especially Scamacca's, and the setup that we played yesterday, and use it and progress. Make occasions here and there. Players like Ben Rama, start Ben Rama. Drop mate. He's got to drop Suchet as well. I think that's the next step. If Moyes wants to really get back into the hearts of all our fans and really start moving on, he's got to move on from Suchet. Moyes knows himself. Suchet's shit. He does. I don't think he's got the bollocks to drop him.
Yeah, I just want to say this. What it is, though, is I don't want to get sort of too giddy over yesterday's result. Listen, it's a win, right? And we've won one game all season. Yeah, the game we won was against Aston Villa, where we were shocking. But
he is, yeah.
Oh,
the way I look at this with him is basically moving forward now. Is that we've got to keep going forward with the same team. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think Scamacca is an instant starter for me. I think Kehrer at right back is a starter now. I don't think you can change Kehrer. Listen, I know what you say about Suchet, but it's an hard one. Like, do you go and put Downs in there? Really?
Huh?
Like, do you just chuck Downs in there?
The
thing is with Downs,
I'd start full nails and play him for free.
See, the thing is with Downs, I want to see Downs on Thursday. Yeah, and if I don't see Downs on Thursday night against Anderlecht away, then I am worried about Flynn Downs, mate. So I think Flynn Downs is another another Crowell. Sorry.
I hope not. I fucking hope not.
And I said it the other day. The only reason why Flynn Downs is accepting this is because he's a West Ham fan, I think. Because he hasn't done anything wrong. So Flynn's got to
Crowell accepted it last year. And I will say again, I thought Crowell was an exceptional professional for us last year. He said nothing but praises as well when he left us. And I thought, you know what? Fair play to Crowell. Like, I really respected Crowell.
Yeah. Yeah. So happy hammers tonight, lads.
I'm happy, mate. And as long as we can progress now, use this as a stepping stone, then yeah, I'll be happy.
Lucas, are you happy to be on the UK shore?
Absolutely. It feels great to be back. It is almost as if I belong here.
Yeah. Well, let's make sure you continue your good luck Thursday night and Sunday. Right. That is.
And I'm happy. I'm happy to have broken the curse.
Yeah,
the so curse good to see us win in person.
Well and truly broken. Listen, that has been the player ratings for West Ham United 2, Wolves 0. Moyes got it right yesterday for once. Yeah, he's stubbornness. I agree with what Mitch said. And to round it up from me, he dropped this stubbornness crap and decided to change it up, freshen it up, and fresh minds, fresh ideas, fresh approach. And we score 2 goals and don't concede. This week's big. Anderlecht on Thursday. If we win that game, we're as good as through to the next round of the conference. And then Sunday is a London derby against Fulham, who I will be honest, every time we play Fulham, we have a tough game against them. Last time we played Fulham,
we did get a result though.
Yeah, but the last time we played Fulham home and away, at home we scored the 90th minute. Suchet scored the winner, and then we conceded the penalty, which their man decided to sort of like curb crawl towards Fab. And away from home, when we played them at Craven Cottage, we drew 0-0, and they battered us in that second half. I'll never forget that. And that was when Bowen and Ben Rama got subbed. So it's going to be a tough game against Fulham. Fulham are the surprise package. Ignore yesterday's result. They lost a man after 6 minutes. But, it's going to be a tough game. And I think Moyes has got to get this lineup right. One thing I will say that someone said in the chat earlier on, and I hope it isn't true, is that he isn't resting Antonio for the Wolves game because he come back from from the USA late, and then he plays Antonio against Fulham.
Oh, don't! I'll be furious, mate.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm a bit worried about. Other than that, I feel that Scamacca should be starting these games, and you work around Scamacca.
And I'm
very excited. I'm very excited.
I just had a little revelation.
Like that, I'm excited about West Ham next week now. And I feel like if we can really push on, Scamacca has another good game, then we can really hopefully set the motion and build momentum.
Someone just said his name in the chat, but that it just sparked absolute excitement in my head. If we could have Carrot right back, Zuma and Aguerd at the back.
Mate, I tell you what, I can't wait for the fans to see Aguerd, mate.
And that also allows Zuma to play as a right centre back, where he's better at.
Yeah.
But Zuma can then play in his natural right centre half position then,
Or
and then
we
Aguerd
could
can
just
play in
be
his
playing
natural
the
left
best
centre
center half in the Premier League. Craigie.
Whatever you lads want to do. Listen, I want to thank everyone in the chat tonight also for watching. We've had over 60 people watching tonight, so I really do appreciate it. Please smash a like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel. And thanks to Gaz for being a member of this channel.
Top man, Gaz. Top man.
Yeah, Gaz the top man, 100%. We'll be back during the week for a build-up to the Anderlecht game. West Ham are off to Belgium. And then next week, Fulham, West London versus East London. Let's hope the East Londoners get it done. Anyway, from me to you, have a good Sunday evening. Have a good week. I'll see you again in the next one. Peace.
There it is. I've never found a love like this.